زادك الأيام فتى.
That is one way of categorizing masalih and mafasid. That's one way of categorizing the masalih and the mafasid. There's another way that the ulama categorize it, which is the second type of categorization. That was all the first type of categorizing masalih and mafasid. And the ulama look at masalih and mafasid from many angles. So we've looked at it from the first angle. Now we're going to look at it from the second angle, which is they divide the masalih into three types. The first one is masalih mu'tabara. It's called masalih mu'tabara. The first type. It's called masalih mu'tabara. It is masalih which are considered. What does it mean, masalih which are considered? It is masalih that if you look into the kitab, and you look into the sunnah, or you look at the consensus, or even the correct analogy, qiyas sahih, you will find it is present there. So you find it in the kitab, you'll find it in the sunnah, you'll find it in the ijma', you'll find it in the qiyas, which is sahih. You'll find the essence of this issue being present there, that maslaha. Now, this is called what? Masalih mu'tabara. It's the masalih which you directly take from what? You take it directly from the kitab and the sunnah and the ijma' and the qiyas. This is called what? Masalih mu'tabara. The second one is called masalih mulghat. Masalih mulghat means what? It is هي المصادمة للنص الشرعي. This masalih is a maslaha that goes against the kitab and sunnah. And it goes against the ijma'. Nah. It goes against the kitab and the sunnah and the ijma'. It goes against it. What is that? Example for that would be, for example, a person, he knows that he cannot hold back from his vows and the oaths that he makes. He can't safeguard it. He can't stick by his oath and the oath that he's made, the yameen, the oath that he's made, unless illa bis-siyami, unless he fasts. Giving food will not stop him. Naam. And feeding and clothing won't stop him. Are you with me? So if we say that a person who does an oath, he makes an oath, and the only thing we're going to make obligatory on him is what? We're going to force on him to what? Fast. Because the it'am and the kiswa, he will not. And the ayah, what does it make obligatory on him? لا يؤاخذكم الله باللغو في أيمانكم ولكن يؤاخذكم بما عقدتم الأيمان فكفارة إطعام 10 مساكين. This person is rich. He's a rich person. Pay attention to this. He is what? He's a rich person. He will give the 10 people and he'll fall and he'll do it again. So, and the reason why this was made what? This kafara was made for what? What was it made for? It's to stop him. But it won't stop him. What will stop him is that he's a person who can't fast. And he knows if he has to fast, but the Shari'ah didn't mention that ruling, we will introduce this maslaha. This is a maslaha for him. It's a maslahatul mulghat. So we'll say, this is the only thing. And there's a mas'ala, an issue that took place between Yahya ibn Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi rahimahullah ta'ala. Yahya ibn Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi rahimahullah, he's the Rawi al-Muwatta. He's the narrator of Muwatta Imam Malik. Rather, his Muwatta is the most common narration of Muwatta Imam Malik. Abdullah ibn Maslamat al-Qa'anabi's riwayah, and other than them, they're not really as taken on board as the way Yahya ibn Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi's riwayah is taken on board. Rather, Ibn Abdul Barr in his Tamheed, and in his Tamheed, and his book Al-Istidhkar, both of them, and Ibn Arabi rahimahullah ta'ala, al-Maliki rahimahullah, they all done the sharh of what? They done the sharh of the riwayah of Yahya ibn Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi. Why? The reason why they stuck to that narration of Imam Malik rahimahullah, because Yahya ibn Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi is a student of Imam Malik, and he narrated the Muwatta Imam Malik from him. Why did the scholars take that narration, that riwayah, over the other riwayat that are present? This was the last riwayah that was read on Imam Malik, in which he changed, he added things to it. So it was آخر ما قرئ عليه. It was the last that was read on him. It was the last that was read on him. مع ذلك لا يستغني طالب العلم. Even then the student of knowledge doesn't stay away from what? Doesn't stay away from the other riwayat that are present, the other narrations that are present of Muwatta Imam Malik. We don't withhold from it, we still look into them. So anyways, Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi, who's the narrator of Muwatta Imam Malik, there's an issue that took place. If you go to Sir A'lam Nubala, the first volume, page 519 to 525, 519 and 525, you find there's a story that took place, an incident between Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi and AbdulRahman ibn Hakam al-Marwani rahimahullah ta'ala al-Andalusi. Something that took place between the two of them. And this issue is as follows, inshallah ta'ala. They said a king from the kings of their time, Yahya ibn al-Laythi, Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi, and Abdulrahman ibn al-Hakam, who Ibn Hakam al-Marwani rahimahullah, he is the leader. Abdulrahman ibn al-Hakam al-Marwani is the leader of Andalus, current known as Spain today. He said to Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi, he said to him, who's the mufti, he said to him, I fell into intimacy with my wife. He's the leader. He said, Inni waqa'tu fi nahari Ramadan, I had intimacy with my wife. And there were some ulama sitting there, there were qudat, and from them it was Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi, who is now going to answer him. Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi replied to him by saying, Yajibu alayka siyamu shahrayni mutatabi'ain. He said, you have to fast 2 consecutive months, not one day can you break it. That's what he said to him. فلما عادوا قالوا له, they looked at him and they looked at Yahya ibn Kathir al-Laythi. They said, إن الشريعة جاءت بالعتق. The Shari'ah came to free a slave. In the Prophet ﷺ's speech, he said, اعتق رقبة, free a neck, slave. فقال يحيى بن كثير الليثي said, الرقاب عنده كثيرة. This man, he has too many slaves. He's the leader. He's got a lot of slaves. فلو لم نوجب عليه إلا اعتقاء الرقبة لما ارتدع عن الوطء في نهار رمضان. And if we don't make obligatory on him to fast 2 consecutive months, which will hurt him, he won't withhold from doing this act that he just did. That's the way to stop him. So this is called maslahatul mulghat. This one, in our current time, has caused a lot of issue for a lot of people. A lot of people took this one into consideration, maslahatu al-mulghat. So what did they do? They came and then what did they do? They came and they started to say things such as, in the West, we live in the West today, they said we don't have no ijaz on Friday, we work. We work on Fridays. And the only days in which they make it a holiday for us is on Sundays and on Saturdays. So our Salatul Jum'ah should be on a Saturday or a Sunday. Why? لِمُرَاعَةِ أَحْوَالِ النَّاسِ. The reason why the Prophet made it on Monday, Friday was what? Observing the people's situation, they said. And we need to do the same, observe the people's situation. So they said this is a maslahah. It's a maslahah. Where is this maslahah from? They said maslahatul mulghat. Which is that the people will come and they will listen to the khutbah better. Then on Friday, when they park their car in a parking slot for 30 minutes, or they take a break from their work, and they come and they listen to it fast and they have to run out. This issue of maslaha, which is mulghat, if it's open and it's used like that, لَغُيِّرَتْ مَرَاسِيمُ الشَّرِيعَةِ. The symbols of Islam would all be eradicated and it would be taken out of his window. And everybody would implement the Sharia according to what was flexible for him. And the Sharia would have to serve the people and not the people serve the religion. The Sharia would have to serve the mukallifin, the creation, not us following and adhering to the kitab who has to govern us. We govern the Sharia. Naam. And this this issue of masalih, which is mulghat, they gave it that name mulghat. Mulghat means what? Something that is thrown. Ma ulghiya, something that's tossed over the shoulder. Meaning the Shari'ah threw this. And how can we affirm that to the Shari'ah when the Shari'ah has come with every maslahah that we need, as we mentioned before. Na'am. The third type of maslahah is what? Masalih mursalah. Masalih mursalah. Masalih mursalah means it's like a maslahah that introduced later. It came later. It's a recently identified maslahah. Are you with me? So it's called a masalih mursalah. It's a maslahah which is later introduced. The Shari'ah didn't toss this ruling, doesn't go against the Kitab or the Sunnah. Nah, it's a maslahah which is newly introduced. The scholars in this one, masalih mursala, they differed. اختلف العلماء في حجيتها. They disputed amongst themselves whether it's a proof. From the scholars are those who what? Who establish it as a proof. And there are from them those who negate it and say that it's not a proof. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahumullah, may Allah have mercy upon both of them. They both argued that أنه لا يمكن أن يوجد مصلحة مرسلة. They both argued that it's impossible to find a maslahah which later came. That's what they argued. If you go to his Majmu' al-Rasail, Wal-Masail Ibn Taymiyyah, the 5th volume, page 22, you'll find it there. If you look at Ibn al-Qayyim's I'lam, you will find it in the page 29 to 33. They argued that the religion has taken into consideration every form of maslahah there is. And they said that anyone who says that this maslahah is mursalah, Ibn al-Qayyim and Ibn Taymiyyah both elaborated on that. The only reason why they would think that this is a newly introduced maslahah is from either one of two reasons. Number one, they said, أن تكون مفسدة ولا تكون مصلحة. The issue isn't even a maslahah, it's a mafsada. They just thought it was a maslahah. The second one is what? أن يدل عليها نص من الشارع خفي على ذلك الفقيه. That this issue, there is a evidence for it. This maslahah that you're saying is newly introduced. There is actually a text for it in the Kitab and the Sunnah if you look at it, but it's really hidden from this faqih. He doesn't know. He doesn't have the understanding of it. And wallahi, anyone who looks at Ibn al-Qayyim and Ibn Taymiyyah's argument in those two sources and those two references I mentioned would realize that أن هذا القول قوية. That this speech is very strong. And that strengthens that our religion, it's complete, it's comprehensive, that our Shari'ah, our Kitab and our Sunnah and that which our Ummah have united upon, there would not be anything in which the Kitab and the Sunnah and the Ijma' have indicated and the Qiyas Sahih, except there's a maslahah in it. There's a maslahah in it. And that the creation only require qiyas. When do they require it? في مواطن قليلة. Little places do you need a qiyas. To do what? تسد النقص الوارد في دلالة النصوص على الحوادث. And the qiyas that we're using is what reason? The evidence extracting from it, the text, it's actually placing, remember, the Shari'ah, the ahkam of the Shari'ah don't change. Our religion, the hukum doesn't change. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Make sense? Some people say that the ahkam changes from time to time. No, it doesn't change from time to time. What changes is the mujtahid's observation changes from time to time. And his ijtihad changes from time to time. Like in the hukum shar'i doesn't change. It's what? It stands. And the situation is what changes. Also, the scholars, they categorize masalih into different angles as well. They categorize it into another two types of categorization. As I said before, the masalih and the mafasid are looked at from many angles. But we're not talking about mafasid now, we're only talking about the masalih. The author, rahimahullah ta'ala, he's going to mention some later, which we're going to speak about when we come to those baits, inshallah ta'ala. But the other type of categorization of masalih is masalih which is ma'lumah, which is masalih which are known. It's known to us. What does it mean that it's known to us? Like, for example, the legislation of marriage. The fact that marriage is legislated. We know through the Shari'ah this maslahah, why it's known to us. Because Allah tells us subhanahu wa ta'ala in the ayah, وَمِنْ آيَاتِي أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا the lam is lam sababiyya لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً لِتَسْكُنُوا السُّكْسَ. The person finds tranquility. Na'am. Also, the person finds طُمَأْنِينَةُ الْقَلْبِ, tranquility in his heart. You see? استقرارهما مع بعض, that we can live together. Also, to find righteous children, which the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, تزوج الولود الودود فإني مكاثر بكم الأمم يوم القيامة. Marry a woman who's loving to her husband and who always wants to have children. For verily, the day of judgment, I will be happy to see the number of my ummah. It will please the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also, to gain ajr from the relationship that takes place between the wife and the husband. And the reward that comes with it. So for us, the mashru'iyyatun nikah, the legislation pertaining to marriage, is it a maslahah that is known to us? It's a maslahah ma'luma. The next one is maslahatun majhula. It's unknown to us. It's an anonymous ruling. The legislation of it is unknown to us. Such as example, the aklu luhum al-juzur, the camel meat. It breaks the wudu. What is the maslahah in the fact that it will break the wudu? نحن لا نعرف المصلحة. We don't know the wisdom. We don't know the maslahah that is in why this particular animal is. The ulama doesn't mean any maslahah that is majhul. It doesn't mean that the ulama didn't try to give it a reasoning. They tried. They might try to give it a reasoning. Like to us, we don't have, all of it is possibilities. All of it is what? It's possibilities. Now there's a point that I have to elaborate on. Because we don't know the maslahah of a matter, we don't understand it. We don't know the maslahah in this issue. فَلَا يَحُقُّ لَنَا, it is not permissible for us then أَن نَتْرُكَ الْحُكْمَ لِعَدَمِ مَعْرِفَتِنَا, just because we don't know the wisdom behind it, or we don't know the benefit that is in it. We can't say we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. That is very important. The author said at the last part of the book, because I mentioned الدين مبني على المصالح, I mentioned that في جلبها والدرء للقبائح. نعم. The author said في جلبها. What does جلبها means? What? جلبها means إحضارها, to bring it. جلب means what? إحضار is to bring something present, and to also implement. والعمل بها, to do it. والدرء للقبائح. Dar means what? Al-ib'ad is to push away something, to rebel it, to get rid of it. That's what the word dar means. Qaba'ih is a plural of qabih. And qabih is what? It is the opposite to Hassan, that which is good. It means mafasid. He means it here, mafasid. And as we took before, the mafasid are of those two types that we mentioned. Mafasid which are muharramah, and mafasid which are makruha, they're disliked. Mafasid which are muharrama, the mafasid which are haram, are either kaba'ir, major sins, or they are saga'ir, minor sins, and they differ in ranks. And inshallah ta'ala, the author rahimahullah ta'ala, he is going to give us some matters pertaining to that inshallah ta'ala in the upcoming lines.